Hey, what's up, y'all? Well, week 8 of the 2024 college football season, and we're going to talk about this past week's winners and losers. Here we go. So, of course, we'll start out by talking about the Georgia Texas game. Yes, we beat Texas 30-15. I already talked a lot about this game uh, on Saturday. But anyway, guess we were the underdog in this game. Everyone was picking us to lose to Texas, and all of the media and on ESPN. Everyone on game day said that Texas was going to win. Texas fans thought that they were just gonna take over the SEC in their first year, but they experienced what it was like to play a real SEC team. Yeah, I'm so glad we beat Texas. I'm sure the whole SEC is relieved. But anyway, our defense played great. This is the best game that our defense has played all year. We had 7 sacks. That's, I mean, I'm not sure, but I think that's, yes, that is about as many sacks we've had all year. We had 7 in this game, 5 in the first half. Uh, um, and in the second half, we had 3 forced fumbles, an interception. I guess 4 total takeaways, not including the turnovers on fourth down. Yes, guess we had a couple of stops on fourth down in the second half as well. Arch Manning even got in the game for like the last drive of the second quarter. Yeah, that did not go well. We just jumped out to the 23-0 lead at halftime and started to win Dalen Everett on the corner blitz. Hit Ewers in the back, sack, fumble, 7-0, and then just sort of snowballed from there. Yes, we didn't play the best game on offense. Of course, Beck threw 3 interceptions, so we didn't really play great offensively. But it's still, 30 points is 30 points. Anyway, but of course, can we talk about this whole, call on the field being reversed where they call pass interference? No, it shouldn't have been called pass interference in the first place. They call it pass interference. They, set the ball, ready to do the next play. No, you cannot then go back and say that there is no foul. Sometimes you might see a flag thrown, and then the referees will wave it off. They'll say, after discussion, there is no foul on the play. We see that happen all the time, but I've never seen them, go back and change a penalty that's, or a pass interference that's already been called. It's not reviewable. And then, of course, all the Texas fans, like Texas student section, started throwing trash, started throwing water bottles uh, into the end zone, on the field, causing a stoppage in the game. So they had all like the cheerleaders cleaning everything up and well, cleaning everything up during the stoppage of play. They come back and announce that there is no pass interference, and I was like, they can do that. I didn't know they could do that. But anyway, this sets a bad precedent. Shows that you don't like the call on the field, you can throw stuff. I mean, it's not as bad as when Tennessee did it. I mean, it went on for a lot longer. There was a much longer delay, and they were throwing mustard bottles. Yeah, no mustard bottles or golf balls in this one. So it's not as bad as when the Tennessee fans did it a couple of years ago when they played Ole Miss. But anyway, you can just throw trash on the field and this cause a stop. It's basically saying that you can get mad, you can throw trash on the field, and they're gonna change the call. I mean, I guess the refs might have been intimidated by the crowd. Yes, that should have been a 15-yard penalty for unsportsmanlike conduct against the Texas crowd. So it just sets a dangerous precedent. So I mean I better not see this happen again. Anyway, but that's all I'm going to say about that. All right, let's move on. Yeah, about Alabama and Tennessee. Yeah, Tennessee beats Alabama 24-17. Yep. Bama suffers their second loss. Playoff chances hang by a thread. One more and you're done. Guess Alabama is just falling apart. I mean, there is big trouble in T-Town. Now you've got all these Alabama fans that want Kalen DeBoer fired. DeBoer is losing control of the locker room. The players don't respect him. Well, I mean, I guess they do respect him, but they don't fear him. So I don't know what's going on. You've got all this talent, but you're looking very average right now. I mean, I don't know what's happened, but ever since that the second half of that Georgia game, his Bama team has just been, so, out of sorts, just, not disciplined, I guess, would be the word for that. I mean, Malachi Moore, after, he kicks the ball in the Vandy game, gets unsportsmanlike conduct, they try to take him out. He doesn't want to go out. It's like, okay, fine. I don't know if there's any other coach in the country that would put up with that. I mean, he should have been suspended for the South Carolina game, but he wasn't. I mean, Saban or Kirby would not put up with that shit. anyway, Jalen Hurts, well, I mean, excuse me, not Jalen Hurts, sorry. Uh, Jalen Mildew, I mean, he is uh, what he is. I mean, he threw 2 interceptions in this game. Uh, it's like Ryan Williams is the only one he wants to throw the ball to. I mean, Jeremy Bernard had a few catches too, but he mostly just looks to throw it to Ryan Williams. The problem is teams are now starting to scheme against Ryan Williams to limit the big plays. Uh, and then Mildew on that one play was staring down Ryan Williams, and then the Tennessee defensive back, jumps in front of Ryan Williams and picks it off in the end zone. And then, of course, he did also throw an interception at the end of the game in desperation. Guess Ryan Williams never really had the big play to bail Bama out like you did against Georgia and South Carolina. I mean, you would have 4 losses without Ryan Williams. I mean, this Alabama team, well, I mean, they don't suck. Well, I mean, they do suck for the level of talent that they have. They're sort of just, average. They're just, mediocre this year. I mean, this Bama team is not making the playoffs. You're going to lose to LSU. You got to go to, Baton Rouge, to Death Valley. Probably going to be a night game. Yeah, you're losing to LSU. And that'll be your 3rd loss, and you'll be out of the playoffs. Is the dynasty is long over. It had already been over, but now it's officially over. Now everyone knows it. I mean, really, the dynasty ended when you lost to Georgia in the 2021, 22 national championship. But anyway, as for Tennessee, yeah, guess this is a big win for Tennessee. 2nd win in a row against Alabama at home. But I mean, you rushed the goalposts, and I mean, you rushed the field and pulled down the goalposts again. I mean, really, I get that it's a rivalry. I understand that you did it 2 years ago, but doing it now after beating an Alabama team that lost to Vandy, I mean, what are we doing? At least y'all didn't throw them in the river this time. But Nico, he is what he is. I mean, he's just sort of been average to below average. I mean, he's not terrible. He's just mid. But he's certainly not worth $8 billion. I mean, $8 million for Nico might be the worst trade deal in the history of trade deals, maybe ever. But you did, win the game anyway, so good job. Yeah, said that Tennessee would win this game, and y'all did. So, let's see, where should we go to next? Other big games. Let's see. Guess Miami escapes with a win. Again, they beat Louisville 52-45. I thought that Louisville would win this game outright, but they didn't. 52-45. Miami just has an incredible offense, but no defense. You have a bad defense. They're basically like 2017, 2018 Oklahoma, or 2022 Southern Cal. You're like one of those Lincoln Riley teams that had great offenses that won a lot of games because of it. Had bad defenses, winning a lot of games, 45-38. And then of course that would come back to bite them in the postseason. But anyway, it doesn't matter if you win all your game by 1 or by 100. I mean, you keep winning, you'll find yourself with that first round bye. Anyway, see what's next. Is how about yes, Indiana just absolutely obliterated Nebraska, 56-7. I mean, Indiana is the real deal. I mean, they're just a really good team. They're just a complete team. I mean, good on offense, good on defense, good on special teams. And I mean, this is actually the best game that they've played all year. And it was against the best team that you've played all year. 56-7, just total domination. I mean, your starting quarterback, Curtis Rourke, got injured. I think he broke the thumb on his throwing hand, so he's going to be out indefinitely. But I mean, the backup, named Taven Johnson, came in, and you didn't miss a beat. It was 7 out of 8, 91 yards, 2 touchdowns, 11 yards per attempt. I mean, he just balled out, and I mean, the transition was seamless. Nothing changed. You continued to pour it on. Yes, it was 28-7 at that point. You just kept on going, scored another 4 touchdowns in the second half. So, I mean, I guess it doesn't matter if the quarterback is Rourke or Johnson. I think you're going to be fine. I mean, Curt Cignetti. I mean, you said that how can you get players to come to Indiana? And he said, Google me, I win, and Curt Cignetti does win. I mean, to think that Indiana was 3-9 last year. I thought they were going to be horrible. I thought they were going to be like 3-9 again, or 4-8. But here they are, 7-0. I guess sometimes a new coach can make all the difference. They brought in some transfer portal players as well. But I mean, Indiana just looks unstoppable right now. Playoffs, here we come for Indiana. I mean, you'll probably lose to Ohio State, and then win the rest of your games. So yeah, I think Indiana's going to be 11-1, probably make the playoffs. Not win the Big Ten, but I mean, Indiana could end up um, hosting a first round playoff game. Wouldn't that be something? College game day is going to Indiana this week when they play Washington. Game day has never been to Indiana. All right, what else? About Michigan? Yes, Michigan lost again to Illinois, 21-7. I mean, Michigan found a passing game. This guy, his name, Jack Tuttle, threw for 200 yards. But I mean, he also threw some interceptions. I mean, Illinois struggled with throwing the ball, only like 80 passing yards. Altmaier was like 9 of 18. But I mean, they ran the ball very well. Actually, ran the ball better than Michigan did. So basically, Illinois beat Michigan at their own game. And I mean, I really liked those helmets for Illinois. They weren't really leather helmets, but they were painted up to look like those old leather helmets. Illinois now 6-1. I mean, they can be a dark horse playoff team. They got Oregon this week, but they could win the rest of their games and go 10-2. Meanwhile, as for Michigan, I mean, I guess this is your third loss, and I guess this is karma for your cheating, last year, for your sign stealing scandal. I mean, as Michigan is the worst defending national champion ever. They're worse than 2010, worse than 2011, Auburn, worse than 2020 LSU. I mean, Michigan will go 6-6. You're going to lose to Oregon, Indiana, and Ohio State. You're going 6-6 at best. Anyway, what else? Yeah, how about Colorado beating Arizona? Yes, blowing out Arizona 34-7. Look at Colorado, even playing some defense. I mean, I guess we're going to have to eat our crow on Deion Sanders in Colorado. Yes, I was wrong. I guess what Coach Prime is doing is working. Now, Colorado's not going to finish 10-2. I mean, you can forget. I mean, you're not going to the playoffs. You're going to lose one or two more games. You'll probably go like 8-4, which is way better than I thought. Anyway, but what's going to happen with Colorado next year when Shedeur Sanders, Travis Hunter, and Jimmy Horn are in the NFL, and a lot of your good players are in the NFL? What are you going to do next year? Will Dion still be at Colorado next year? Uh, let's see, anything else? How about we just go in order on the rest of the games on my list? Let's see, Virginia Tech beat Boston College 42-21. Both these teams are 4-3, but trending in opposite directions. Virginia Tech started 2-3. Now they've won 2 in a row. Boston College started 4-1, and they've lost 2 in a row. Which last year Virginia Tech got off to a bad start, and then they did turn things around in the second half. Ended up making a bowl game, so I guess that's what they're doing here. Let's see. Oklahoma State BYU. BYU won 38-35. This is the Friday night game. You tried real hard, Oklahoma State, and Ollie Gordon had his best game of the year. He had over 100 yards, 2 touchdowns, 6.7 yards per carry. We've been waiting to see that out of Ollie Gordon. But your defense let you down. You scored with like a minute 13 seconds left, and you let BYU score a touchdown, win the game. But give credit to BYU for coming in the clutch. Yep. BYU. Yep. Jake Retzlaff hit a 35-yard touchdown with 10 seconds left to win the game. But good teams, find ways to win. So they remain undefeated, 7-0. Let's see what else. Yeah, about Auburn, Mizzou. Auburn lets another game get away. Auburn is up 17-3 in the third quarter. Mizzou comes back and wins. Brady Cook was injured during the first quarter. He comes back in the late third quarter and leads Mizzou back, on 2 touchdowns. Right, it was 17-6 when he came in. So 2 touchdowns, take the lead, 21-17. Auburn lets another game slip away, just like with Oklahoma. Mizzou is just not that good. But good job, coming back and winning this one and staying 6-1. But anyway, as for Auburn, Auburn's just terrible this year. Is Auburn even gonna? Are you even gonna win an SEC game? Anyway, now about Cincinnati beat Arizona State 24-14. Now, I guess both teams now 5-2. Now, Georgia Tech and Nebraska fans will remember Jeff Sims, but he started in this game for Arizona State, replacing the injured Sam Leavitt. Anyway, now, it showed. Anyway, now how about South Carolina just dismantling Oklahoma? 35-9. Carolina jumped out to a 21-0 lead. He scored on the opening possession, and then back-to-back defensive scores. He has a scoop and score, and then a pick six, 21-0, and the game was over. 5 minutes 20 seconds in. I mean, yes, South Carolina really needed this win after losing the heartbreaker to Alabama. Still got a chance to make a bowl game. Still a chance for Shane Beamer to save his job. But as for Oklahoma, I mean, y'all just suck. Y'all were not ready for the SEC. So yeah, the quarterbacks. Yes, the quarterbacks, Arnold and Hawkins, are ruined now. I mean, it's going to be hard for Oklahoma just to even make a bowl game now. Well, I mean, you shouldn't have driven off Dylan Gabriel and Jeff Lebby. Anyway, next. Okay, Notre Dame beat Georgia Tech 31-13. I mean, of course, Haynes King was out in this game, but I mean, I don't think it really would have mattered. I think Notre Dame still would have won with Zach Pyron or Haynes King. I think that Notre Dame is just the way better team. Anyway, next about yes, Kansas beat Houston 42-10. Yes, Kansas gets their first conference win of the season. But I mean, Kansas is very disappointing. I had Kansas going 8-4. Now you're not even gonna make a bowl. Kansas has regressed back into the old Kansas, which is a shame. Yep, hate to see it. Anyway, let's see. LSU steamrolled Arkansas 34-10. I don't know why LSU was only a 1.5 point favorite. I mean, Nussmeier's looking really good. Guess Garrett Nussmeier, the quarterback. We wrote off LSU after week one when they lost to Southern Cal, but they didn't write back, and now they're undefeated in the SEC. Let's see next, and then we got Texas A&M beating Mississippi State 34-24. And I mean, Georgia's not the only team struggling with Mississippi State. We've also got A&M beating Mississippi State by 10. I mean A&M just went back and forth with State. So I mean maybe this means that State is getting better. We'll have to see if you can win a game in the SEC. I guess hopefully you won't have to fire another coach after 1 year. But anyway, yes. So LSU and A&M play each other this week. It's going to be a big game. I mean, could be that, the winner goes to the SEC championship. Next up, we got, yes, Kansas State destroyed West Virginia 45-18. So big win for Kansas against an average team. Yeah, Kansas State is really good. West Virginia is now 3-4. West Virginia. Neil Brown had, one good year last year, going 8-4, 9-4 the bowl win. Give him an extension, and now he's back to Doo-Doo Brown, and you can't fire him. You should have fired him after the 22 season. Anyway, and now Kentucky, yes, Florida beat Kentucky 48-20, just like I said they would, that Florida would get this upset. Now, I was not expecting it to be 48-20. Florida just dominates this game. Lagway, well, he looked good. I know he was only 7-14, but it was for like 100, like 200 yards though. He was getting like 30 yards for every completion. Yes, every completion was for a big gain. And then Montrell Johnson out for this game, no problem. He did start Jordan Baugh or Boff, or see Boff or Bo or Baugh. Okay. Anyway, yeah, he had over 100 rushing yards, 5 touchdowns. Yes, this is probably the last SEC game that Florida will win. I think you'll beat Florida State at the end of the season, but you're not beating Georgia, Texas, LSU, or Ole Miss. You're 5-7, and you're going to fire Billy Napier. I know that's what Celine has been wanting. So yep. So shout out to Celine Driver. Anyways, now let's do some bonus round games that were not on the list. Let's see. Guess Utah lost again, 13-7 to TCU. Both teams now 4-3. Utah, one of the most disappointing teams. Remember when I picked them to win the Big 12 and made the playoffs? I know that was stupid of me. Now Cam Rising is injured again. Yep, season-ending lower leg injury. So he's been granted an 8th year of eligibility. He's already been hurt before this year. So it doesn't seem to matter, rising, no rising, whatever. Utah is just bad this year. Let's see. So the bonus round, I guess Wisconsin, another big win, 23-3 over Northwestern. It really turned it around after the 2-2 start. Let's see, what else? Oh yeah, let's see, Oregon, yep, destroyed Purdue 35-0. Yep, showing no, hangover from that Ohio State game. What else? Oh, yeah, let's see. Yep, Duke beats Florida State 23-17. Yep, that was Duke's first win against Florida State ever. Florida State is now what, 1-6. Wow. And Duke is 6-1. Anyway, let's talk about Southern Cal. You lost to Maryland. You lost to frickin' Maryland. It's 29-28. You blew a 2-touchdown lead. You were up 28-14. Going in the fourth quarter and like the third quarter. Anyway, you let Maryland come back on you. You let them do the 2-point conversion to win the game. Lincoln Riley is dead to me. I mean, I had USC going 9-3, and now you already have 4 losses. You embarrassed me. Yeah, you humiliated me. Yeah, never again. USC sucks, and they'll probably they could end up firing Lincoln Riley. So let's see. I'm supposed to say there about UCF, Iowa State. Yes, Iowa State prevails. 38-35. Come from behind win. To stay undefeated. Let's see. Anything else? Let's see. Washington State beat Hawaii 42-10. I don't know why. Yeah, no one's talking about Washington State. I mean, I have them ranked in my poll, but they're not ranked in the AP poll. Washington State probably wins out, but I don't think they're gonna be in the playoffs because of their schedule and not being in a conference. Let's see what else. See, UNLV beat Oregon State. They're now sitting at 6-1. Boise State and UNLV play each other this week. I guess on Friday. See, Army and Navy both undefeated. The Army beat East Carolina. Navy beat Charlotte. Yes, both blowouts. They stay undefeated. Memphis at 6-1. They beat North Texas. That's about it for the. Oh yeah, let's see. Yes, Louisiana beat Coastal Carolina. They're 6-1. All right, so that's it for the best Group of 5 watch. But anyway, I guess I'm gonna let that be it. So y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments below, and thanks for watching, and I'll see y'all again next time.